Hey guys, it's Tahira, and today is Booktube-A-Thon day 5. Today's challenge is class reading list, where basically you create a class and then you create a reading list that correlates with your topic that you would make your students read in that class. So basically the class I would teach is classic stories in modern literature, aka retellings. I know, very original, but I don't know if this could be a class. I don't know if it is a class in real life. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with it. So the first book I'm gonna be talking about on this list is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. The book is about the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts before she became evil. It's based on one of the most famous stories out there, Alice in Wonderland. So basically, yes, as I said, this is about the Queen of Hearts before she was evil, and she was a girl named Catherine who wanted to be a baker, but then she gets sucked into the whole thing with marrying the king and stuff, and so the story follows her and her journey and how she becomes the evil queen. The next book is very loosely based, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This book is very a loose retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and it follows a girl named Farah who is out in the woods one day and she kills a wolf for food, and she later finds out that the wolf is actually an immortal creature from this fairyland. Then, to repay for what she did, she goes to the fairyland and the story follows her as she goes there. This book is so amazing and fantastic, and I know it's not one of the most prominent retellings because I didn't even know it was Beauty and the Beast in the first place until I heard somewhere online, but overall the story is so good. The next book on my list is actually one that I don't own, but I've read, and it's so amazing, and that's Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Cinder is basically retelling. Cinder is a whole series with Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, and Winter, and each story is a retelling of a famous princess, like Cinder is Cinderella, and Scarlet is Little Red Riding Hood, and Cress is Rapunzel, and Winter is Snow White. So all these stories are connected together in this future world, which is not that far from us, but it's still in the future, and basically people are also living on the moon. The story is so good. I'm currently reading Stars Above by Marissa Meyer, and which is actually a book on my TBR because the challenge said to add a book from your TBR. So I'm reading Stars Above, which is basically the novella bind-up for the Lunar Chronicles. So the next, I guess, author I might say is Riordan. And any of his books are basically a modern retelling of very ancient classic stories like Greek mythology, Roman mythology, Norse mythology, Egyptian mythology. So I'm currently just holding up this book because this is the one that I saw first, and it's one of the ones that I own of Riordan. I only own like two or three books from him, and this is like one of the only series I have, so that's why I'm just holding it up. The Riordan is so good. I read almost all of his books except for the Magnus Chase series, which is Norse mythology, and I always love his humor because his humor is very unique, and basically I would make everyone read Riordan because he's just that good. So the next one is the one I haven't actually read, but I've heard a lot about it, and that is the Dorothy Must Die series by Danielle Page. The Dorothy Must Die series is a retelling of The Wizard of Oz, and it follows Dorothy, and I don't know much about it because I haven't read it, but it's supposed to be really good. So this video is probably very short, and I know I probably don't have an actual class. I don't know if this counts. Anyway, I did the video. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!